Hi guys. I have things to say and I need to share this video. So hold on. I went on a walk this morning and actually it's like looking beautiful out again, but then it poured and rained. But it was so windy that I think all the plants, like allergens, blew up my nose. So thank God I know what to do. I used mangosteen juice, organic sulfur, and double dose. I didn't even have to use my oils, but I was sneezing like 20 times in a row. Okay, so if you have any kind of gut issues, if you know anyone that has any kind of gut issues, and I'm talking about anywhere on the range from, like chronic bloating. Hold on, I can't type at the same time. Don't be. Okay, let's do that. And then I need to share this one more place. Copy, there we go. All right, hi guys, say hi when you're here. Let me know where you're from, what you're doing. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm Jody and I am a holistic intuitive health coach. Hi Debbie, hi Deanna. Oh Deanna, I'm so glad you're watching. I had to do this video because of the girls' Instagram that you tagged me in, and I just read another post of hers that said she was like giving up on social media and like going away to hide or something because of her health, and it just made me so upset because there's way too many young women, especially, look at my hair, way too many young women out there that are struggling with these intestinal and stomach and gut things that apparently are very hard to break apart and understand. And I'm so upset for them because you guys, I get it. Like, this is what I do. The people that come to me are like, no joke, smart. And they have gone to a lot of doctors, and I'm just jumping right in, by the way. But typically the people that have come to me have gone, Indianola, oh, you're at work. Okay. Well, give me some hearts, say hi, share this post, tag anybody you know who has any kind of like IBS, SIBO, stomach stuff. They need to watch this. They need to listen to what I'm saying and understand that there are answers and that they don't need to give up. I mean, I'm sure that they won't, because it's like you're too young to be doing that, to be giving up. And I just want people to know like how the body works. We have to know how our bodies work, or else we'll fall into a trap of fear. And it has come from a lot of years of depending on other people to tell us what to do when something goes wrong with our health or with our bodies, and never really being taught how these things work and how disease works and how emotions play a factor and the specifics of it, what we need to know about food. So anyways, by the time that the people with gut issues come to me, they often have been to gastroenterologists or, different kinds of practitioners, and are super frustrated, or have read every blog and every book and like tried a lot of elimination diets or FODMAPs or, I don't know, what's the other main big one? I don't even know, food sensitivity testing and whatnot. But there's all these misunderstandings, okay? So I specifically put SIBO in the title of this live stream for a reason, and it's because it tends to be, let me just tell you what that is in case you don't know. SIBO stands for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, okay? And it's a lot of words. And obviously digestive stuff can happen anywhere along the digestive tract process, meaning from like your mouth down your esophagus, stomach, small intestine, colon, anywhere within that area, there's things that can happen. So SIBO, they called it like a bacterial issue, right? I've known lots of girls that have gotten like breath tests and to like check to see if they have this or not. And then sometimes you feel relief if you do have it. Sometimes you feel relief if you don't have it. Because the problem with like these diagnoses are, well, okay, that's cool, but what's the plan now, right? Like if you're gonna go to a doctor or somebody and they're gonna say you've got this thing, okay, great, now what do I do? Like there should be an answer and there should be a plan, because there is an answer and there is a plan. Now your plan is gonna be tailored to you and factor in other elements besides like, okay, everyone with SIBO needs to do this exact same thing, but I will tell you a little bit about what it is and what it means, okay? So let's just talk about that first. So the underlying problem with SIBO is strep. It's strep. It's a strep bacteria issue. And you can have strep bacteria floating around in your body and not know it. And it could have happened. Like, who has gotten strep as a little kid? Like, I had it when I was little multiple times, I think. I mean, I know some of my other people in my family had it more frequently than I did. You know, like people tend to get like sinus infections, or they tend to get, you know, earaches, or they tend to get other like things. But strep, like who hasn't had strep as a kid and probably had antibiotics for that exact reason? And so one of the things that typical like medical protocol will do for SIBO is to put you on antibiotics. But what do antibiotics do? Well, they are killing bacteria off, right? And it's messing with your natural immune processes. So too many antibiotics are like the source of so many gut issues. And so that's why when you like go on them, you might feel some relief for a little bit, you might not. But this is because like it's only taking care of like a surface symptom or issue, but it's not getting to the root of it. So let me just say this straight up. If you have SIBO, or if you have any kind of strep issue, which a lot of other things come from strep besides strep, as far as diseases and health conditions, you're not going to cure it from taking antibiotics, okay? So the problem is a bacterial problem in the body, in the physical. So what you need to do is to get rid of the strep, okay? You need to get rid of the bad bacterial problem. You don't need to take antibiotics. Antibiotics are part of what weakened your gut in the first place, so that when you were in a weakened state, in a stressful state, in a vulnerable state, that's when these viral and bacterial issues that can stay in the body, they can be dormant, they can linger, and then when you're weak, you're overworked, you're tired, you've got life stuff going on, they jump at you and they come back like with a vengeance. So you're not going to get rid of it from taking another drug. So if you want to get rid of it, you got to go to the source. You've got to go to the root. And how do you do that? Well, first you understand, okay, I've got SIBO. That means it's a strep bacterial problem. It doesn't mean that there aren't other gut related conditions, but those will be probably much more simpler to resolve along with this path of understanding that SIBO is from strep bacteria, okay? So how do you get rid of strep bacteria? Well, you have to understand, like, this is why I always talk about trigger foods. What are the foods? What are the ingredients? What are the things that you're putting in your mouth that are going to allow these root problems to stay alive in your body? You've got to stop doing that, especially if you've gone all the way to have like gut issues to the extent you're going to see GI people, okay? It's worth it. You might think, I've tried every diet, I've tried all the elimination diets, I've done the strictest protocol. Well, no, you haven't. You haven't done everything, or else it wouldn't be there anymore. There's something in your food, there's something sneaking in that's lingering around, that's keeping it fed. So it's eating off of what you eat. You have to understand this. So if you want to get rid of it, you have to stop eating all of those foods that I call the no list. And I think I put that in my Facebook group. So come and join Food Rebels, and the PDF version anyhow is in there. But let me just touch on a couple that I know, like that girls that I usually work with, 20s, 30s-ish age, even 40s, that it's like a little bit more like 20s and 30s that are getting these type of like severe gut things, interestingly enough. And then the healthy diets that you typically go on, clean eating, you know, like Whole30 paleo type things. Let me just knock off a couple of the main problems with those that I know a lot of people are using and thinking that nothing's wrong with their food. One is eggs. So you're like, I'm doing a high protein breakfast and I'm doing eggs and bacon or something like that. That's a problem. That is feeding your strep. That is feeding your Epstein-Barr. You've got that going on. So the eggs have got to go. The bacon has got to go. If it's turkey bacon, that's different, but it's still not what your body's wanting for breakfast. Whey protein. You're probably doing some kind of protein powder. You're probably doing some kind of shakes. It might be whey. It might be a whey isolate. It might be a protein powder with other ingredients, additives, added sugars, or natural flavors. All of that has got to go. That is contributing to the staying around of the root bacterial problem. So when you want to get rid of a gut issue, you have to be particularly strict with what goes into your mouth. So this is where everybody gets the idea that we need an elimination diet. Well, yes, we do, but actually not just people with SIBO, not just people with Crohn's, not just people with colitis, not just people with bloating or whatever the thing, need to avoid those foods that I was just talking about. If you actually want your body to be like proactively the healthiest that it can be, those foods and additives and ingredients, it's like that's an elimination diet for life, if you ask me. Like that's why I say sometimes there's only one diet. And even though I know that there's going to be the way that people eat will look very different, and you have to play into what's the state of your health right now, versus like, do I just need to eat healthier and I don't have like chronic inflammatory symptoms, I don't have gut symptoms, you know, those things are different than somebody that's like, oh man, I just gotta stop eating sugar, you know? And it is actually true that your beliefs will overpower what can overpower what a food just is. However, I believe that the body is very smart and intelligent, and I believe that it knows what to do with certain foods that are real, and other foods it has to adjust and alter itself to be able to still work for you, and you keep eating these things. So why would we just keep eating those things when they are making it hard for this body of ours that we're only gonna have for the rest of our life, you know? So I don't get down with that. Like that makes it so easy for me to be like, I line up with eating foods that my body wants, will need, can thrive off of, and do very well with. And if it's not on that list, I don't want it. I don't want to mess with it, you know, because I don't want, you know, I can't control my life, like exactly everything that happens. Like I'm in charge of my emotional state. Yes, that's a choice. But there will be times in life that are more difficult than others. And if you can understand that hardships in life, that stressful times in life, that any like relationships, work, money, all this stuff, that is impacting your body, okay? So at the chance that you might be a little bit too run down for a period of time, it's not cool to me to risk, you know, giving my body access to something that feeds strep bacteria or that feeds Epstein-Barr virus or that feeds, you know, just bad bacteria in general in my body. I just don't want that, you know? So anyways, if you have something like to this extent of a digestive problem, like you've got to clean those things up, okay? But I hope that you're getting though, first of all, that you don't have to be scared. So this is what it is, okay? I'm telling you the truth. This is what it is. It's a strep bacteria problem. And you've got to be able to eliminate all of those ingredients that will allow the strep to be there. And that's your elimination diet. That's the first part of it, okay? Because why would you start editing your diet to some like FODMAPs or to some, I don't know, like whatever the other, what is that? Why can't I think of that other one? It's like a very popular elimination diet. I'll think of it. Anyways, with the ones that are like, don't eat a tomato, don't eat an eggplant, don't eat an onion, don't eat garlic. Those foods are not the elimination diet you need. The elimination diet you need is the no eggs, the no pork, the no whey, the no canola oil, the no farmed fish, those type of things, okay? And beyond that, then you start looking at what do I put in? And then, by the way, like the first element of anything happening with something like SIBO or something like IBS or Crohn's or colitis is just get that right now food and you need to be real cool with each other. You need to be really certain of each other and you need to become friends, okay? Because I know that you have had a lot of hard times trying to figure out what to eat because you have finally like done all this research and like looked at all these things and found all these doctors or people, and you've put it together that you do know that food is part of your solving this equation, right? And it is. Food is a huge part of the equation, but it's not the only thing, and no one's doing it right. And that's why like you get so frustrated and you think like I've got to take antibiotics or I've got to like go test my blood some more. Don't do that without trying what I'm saying first, you guys. Like, does this make sense? It's so obvious. Like, you take away the negative within you cannot exist. When you put in only positive, and it has to be mostly plants, and that's why it's specifically certain kinds of plants in certain formats at certain times when you have digestive problems, because food works within the gut. Food is working within the system of the gut, and your gut is overworked so much if you have a chronic digestive problem. It's like crying out for answers and saying, please help me, and do not eat chicken for breakfast with vegetables or eggs. It can't handle it. It just can't handle it, okay? And I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh my God, you're gonna throw off your blood sugar if you don't eat protein and fat and da-da-da. That's fine, and that might be true, but not for you people that are watching me who have a dominant requirement, first of all, for healing this system. Your healing of the digestive system is your #1 priority, okay? You've got to get it handled. It's literally the requirement for health to have a well-functioning gut. If you don't have that, none of the nutrients can go elsewhere well. And obviously you're showing up with these symptoms because of this particular area, right, of the body. And so it just has to be, like, it has to be your #1 thing to look at it as, okay, wow, I understand this. I get that this is what's at the root of it, and I can guarantee you that there's things that you've been doing, that you said you've like been trying everything, that aren't this, okay? So besides like probably letting in things that aren't for sure, then there's like, well, that's just the first part. Like, so here's what's happening. Okay, people try to do an elimination diet, okay? But in its like full integrity, it's not gonna work, or it's gonna be really slow to work or difficult to work, which makes your energetic gains and your gains with the physical transitioning of the healing process for the digestive system really slow and hard. Now, I know that when you don't feel good in your stomach and your digestion, like, I get it that it's a high priority, right? Because you're eating all the time, and if it like is painful to eat, it hurts when you eat, you just can't seem to get things down, can't seem to get things to like go down, you stop eating as much, so you lose faith, you lose your certainty because maybe the person that you worked with never told you all the details. Maybe you don't have enough support with this. Maybe you feel like you're on your own. Maybe you feel like you're winging it. You know, maybe you just aren't completely sure that you're doing the exact right thing. So all of those reasons can be part of the reason why when it's like you think you're doing things to heal your gut, but it's not working. It's like you're not gaining the momentum for the healing process when you keep letting these things in. And so then, because you never had the full certainty and faith of what the process was to do the healing in the first place, then you get tired of it and you lose faith. And then that's when a lot of the girls that I've worked with will be like, well, I'm just gonna go like out with my friends and like eat whatever, or I'm gonna go out and like have a cocktail or drink wine because it's not working anyways, right? So then you do those things, and then it's like really, really hard on your body when you've got these gut issues to like take it. You know, it's in such a sensitive place and position right now. So those foods, if you can get all of the foods out that I'm talking about for a long enough time, your body will respond. And then when you take those out, what's left to put in? Only healing foods. So the only foods that you would be putting in would be of the plant variety, right? For a little period of time at least, until you can feel the soothing happening. You can feel the symptoms releasing. You can feel the speeding up of elimination. You can feel this happening. It is a fact. It is the way your body responds to these foods. So you've gotten everything out that hurts, that is feeding problems. So then you're pouring in pure healing, soothing foods to the gut, and then specifically ones that fight bacteria. Okay, do you see how this works? So instead of like sprinkling in or having way too many in of foods that feed the strep bacteria, you're not only not allowing that, so like all of that's wiped away, but you're putting in the foods that do the healing naturally. So this is how we say like the body heals itself. Well, it does heal itself, and then you're a cooperative component. So it's saying, hey, I need bacterial fighting foods. I need parasite fighting foods. I need viral fighting foods. I need gut soothing foods. Like all of those are needed when you have SIBO, okay? So you put those in, and the body's like, it can relax. It can feel relief. And then it's very, very similar, right, to all the other gut symptoms or gut conditions and such. But, you know, each of them has their nuances, and each of them has their place, but they all will respond to taking away trigger foods. They all will respond to putting in foods that the gut can take and wants, and putting them in the best way possible, okay? So that's what you need to know, and that's what you need to do first before you do anything else, or say that elimination diets don't work, or say that you've tried everything, okay? You have to really, really try this, and from a place of understanding that this is, you know, it's just looking at food in the body as like, how do they go together and how do they not go together? And then really integrating too that for something to be that like dense and deep in the gut, that there are other factors. And so then as you have looked at this first from the place of like what you're eating, so that you can like, it's also just calming to your mind, right? To have an answer, to have someone say, this is what's going on, to have somebody say like, here's what you need to do. This is what your body wants. This is exactly what your body's asking you to support it with in terms of diet. And I'm here to help you do that. And then you can also look at, well, what else do I need to shift? What else do I need to feel relief from? In terms of my emotions, in terms of my mood, in terms of what's going on in life, okay? Because stress is real, you guys, and it's super hard on the digestive system. So I just want you to know, like, don't be afraid of any kind of gut issue. Don't be afraid of a diagnosis. You need to understand what it means. You need to understand where it comes from, and then do the work. to turn it around. And the food can just be like a nice soothing part and peace of mind so that you get what's going on and you get what you're doing, and don't overcomplicate it. And also remember, like, this doesn't have to be like something for life. Your gut will respond. One of my clients, Kelsey, she had SIBO when she came to me, and she was doing a lot of the things that I touched on at the beginning that are like super common in like the health, fitness, like paleo type world, you know, with like the protein shakes and with like the eggs and the chicken and the vegetables and stuff. And while there's nothing really wrong with eating those foods, well, the way there is, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with eating vegetables and chicken, but like when you're doing it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, like there's, you know, like that's not exactly like balanced, right? And that's part of the reason that you're not getting the relief and that you're not getting better. But she got better. You know, she was really hesitant to work with me too, because she had tried so many different things. Like she'd been to the Mayo Clinic, she'd been to lots of doctors. But in the end, it came down to understanding this, to getting behind it, and then to get it, to looking at what else had to shift within the belief structure and systems, right? To get that, you know, you get to be healthy, you get to be able to enjoy food. Food doesn't need to be scary or hard or like separate you from like other things or other people. So all of those parts and aspects will be unique to you, but they're there. Like otherwise your body would be like clicking right along right now, you guys. So because it does, it knows what to do. And if you believe in that, if you believe your body knows what to do and it knows how to heal itself, but that you are a player within that process, then you have to get like, you're not playing part of the game right now because your body's constant. Your body's always doing the thing. So where are you not knowing what to do? Where are you not doing something that you need to do or seeing something you need to see? And it's not your fault. It's like you just don't see it because, you know, like no one told you, right? So I just felt like I needed to say that today and to let you guys know that I have a course specifically that I wrote just for these type of conditions: stomach issues, gut issues, the chronic bloating, inflammation issues, that explains every single thing about the foods that are creating the ongoing problem or allowing it to continue on, and what we need to do instead in terms of like shifting the diet to allow the body to catch up and to experience relief. And then all the other pieces and players within that I've been mentioning about the emotions and the beliefs and like where else is something stuck, where else is something not flowing, like your gut. It comes, like food goes in and out. It's a natural flow process. And so that's what needs to be happening also in all aspects of life. So then we look at those things too. So it's, let me just put the link in here. Trust your gut. And I just announced this today that it is 50% off for the next 7 days only, okay? And then I'm going to go on to the next thing for a little bit, but it's an amazing deal if you or anyone you know has these type of conditions or issues, and you will have my support as well, okay? Even though it's a group program, and you'll have the information for life. So it comes with all the modules. There's 6 lessons, there's 2 bonus lessons, and there's a new gut healing phased protocol that I wrote specifically with the most healing ingredients in the order of the way that I want you to eat them, to be able to allow your body to catch up and to be receptive to this healing process. So, and by the way, my recipes are amazing. They're beautiful, and it doesn't look at all like you're on an elimination diet or anything difficult like that at all. So what you need to do is go to jodybullock.com/trust your gut. Dash was between those, and the coupon code is FOODFLOW. I'll type that in too. Whoops. One word, all caps, FOODFLOW, for 7 days. Okay, so jump on that. Let me know if you have questions, and please, please, please share this video with anyone who you know might need it. tag me if you are watching the replay and you have a question, and come join Food Rebels, my private Facebook group, if you want to chat further. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.